Gentlemen and female gentlemen, we have gathered here today for quite an insane situation. Trump and Musk got attacked by the media so much, and the media is directly trying to divide and conquer and attack both of them for different things and wedge shit between them to stop them from being homies. This is an exclusive interview that was just done, I think by Hannity on Fox News. It has 4.5 million views in a day. A day, bro. So this is kind of taking the world by storm, and it's caused insane riots. First I'm going to show you the riots, because obviously we live for the meltdowns. We're here for meltdowns. So someone tagged me on Twitter. I don't really use Twitter that much these days, but I do appreciate whenever I'm tagged. Someone tagged me on Twitter showing me this. An actual call to violence.
You want public execution of Donald Trump and Elon Musk?
Yes, please.
Yeah, actual off with their heads posters. Like, you don't understand how insane the meltdowns are becoming. Another person tagged me on Twitter, once we're talking about people tagging me on Twitter, tagged me on Twitter with the new chapter of the D.O.G.E manga, which actually has Trump and Elon Musk apparently getting raped by Yujiro Hanma, which is a kind of insane situation. But anyway, no, let's not talk about that. All right, that's we don't talk about that shit. All right, because calls to death is kind of insane. Anyway, so this is the interview that sparked everything, because apparently they're just kind of friends, and people are so shocked that Trump and Elon Musk are actually friends. Wait, politicians actually being friends instead of literally just manipulating each other into shit? That's a whole novel concept. And people are hating it, even though I think this is literally like the nicest thing in the history of American politics.
I gotta start with this.
All right.
So,
exclusive interview. Yeah, this is crazy. This broke the internet.
he's working for free with D.O.G.E. He's kind of put a lot of his life on hold. And you sued Twitter a number of years ago. You just made him pay you $10 million?
Yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. Right. When Trump got banned off Twitter, you know, towards the end of his first term, he sued Twitter. Now Elon bought Twitter, and Trump won the lawsuit, and Twitter needs to pay Trump $10 million. So Elon is just writing Trump a check of 10 mil. Oh my God, the world is so funny. The internet is literally so much better than fiction sometimes. Bro, look at these guys. Look at this face. He's actually doing like the Poggers face.
Right.
That's right.
Well, I sued from long before he had it.
Yeah.
And I mean, they really did a number on me, you know, and I sued and they had to.
I think that Twitter banning Donald Trump was the biggest sign that freedom of speech is a sham for like a lot of far left-leaning people. A lot of far left-leaning people really, I think, actually showed their hand that freedom of speech is a sham when they banned Trump. They banned Trump there. They arrest people in England for praying next to abortion clinics. They arrest people in Germany for posting memes. Yeah, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. The world is actually in a much more dire place than I think a lot of people know.
They pay $10 million settlement.
I mean, to quote my favorite... Okay, I know that this is a bit of a tangent. You're here for chaos. You're here for tangents. Are you ready to see the absolute worst take a leftist ever had? I know you're probably going to be surprised. You're going to be like, no, there's no way. This is the worst take a leftist had. Come on, let's be real. There's no way you're going to show me in a single clip the worst take a leftist ever had. There are a lot of bad takes everywhere in the political spectrum. Well, buckle in, boys.
Well, he was standing in a country where free speech was weaponized to conduct a genocide.
Yeah, this is the incredible hot take of free speech caused the Holocaust. I'm not even like taking this out of context. This is not out of context. This is the worst take in the history of time.
You're okay with that?
I mean, I left it up to the lawyers and you know, the team running Twitter. So I said, you guys do what you think is the right, it makes sense.
I think it's funny.
I think it's a very low. I was looking to get much more money than that.
I was trying to really take Elon to the ringer.
You gave him a discount when the lawsuit.
He got a big discount. I don't think he even knows about it.
He's become one of your, if you read and believe the media, he's become one of your best friends. He's working for free for you.
Well, I love the president. I just want to be clear about that.
You don't care about that.
I know, I love the president.
You love the president.
I think President Trump is a good man, and he's...
Do people hate it that they're actually fucking homies? Like, you don't understand the insanity. The insanity of people losing their shit because these people actually like each other. Bros actually being bros instead of like the typical, you know, fucking House of Cards bullshit.
You know,
It's nice the way he said that, you know? There's something nice about it.
It really is. You know,
God, dude, they're homies. Gay. No, I'm kidding.
The president's been so unfairly attacked in the media. It's really outrageous. And I've at this point spent a lot of time with the president, and not once have I seen him do something that was mean or cruel or wrong. No
Damn.
one's.
You know, I've known him for 30 years.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anybody take as much as he's taken.
Yeah.
And we've discussed this, and I'm like, how do you do
It is absolutely mind-boggling. It's absolutely mind-boggling, the amount of shit. We need Trump on our podcast. We're going to start a podcast of controversial people, and we'll have Trump on the podcast. What do you think, guys?
deal with it?
Did I have a choice?
Well, you would say that to me. I'm like, what am I going to do? Worry about it? And
Dude, the fact that he actually fought his way through all of that shit might be the #1 reason why he's actually fit to be a president. The fact that he took all of that from people in his own government, politically assassinating him, and physically trying to assassinate him. Insane.
you know, and then culminating in 2 assassination attempts, which resulted in your endorsement.
Well, I was going to do it anyway, but that was
it.
precipitating event. Yes.
That speeded it up
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
The day of the
I
assassination.
didn't know that.
Yeah. It sped it up, but I was going to do it anyway.
Damn.
Mr. President, with your indulgence, I'm convinced that people only know a little bit about Elon. I don't think they know everything about Elon because
They don't know that he actually has 4,000 children with 700 women. People don't know. Bro is Genghis Khan too.
studied for and prepared for
They tried to silence him, jail him, and kill him. Yeah, they tried, bro. They really tried.
this interview. I learned a lot about you that I
Turns
didn't
out Elon Musk is actually African American.
know. I think people will think about Tesla. Democrats are demonizing you and trying to make the country hate you. I just want people to understand you a little bit better and the person that you've gotten to know and have now put a lot of trust in. And, you know, just let's go over a little bit of your bio, starting with PayPal and how you became involved in Tesla and
Damn.
SpaceX and Neuralink and all
Take
these.
a while. I mean, you know, I think the way you think of me is like I'm a technologist, and I try to make technologies that improve the world and make
can
life
show
better.
your shirt.
Yeah, and that's why I like my T-shirt says tech
What
support.
the fuck? He wore a tech support t-shirt to a White House interview. Bro's so autistic, it's crazy.
Because I'm here to provide the president with technologies.
His Nazi armband is under the suit jacket, so you can't see it. But maybe we'll get a good glimpse of it when he actually does when he hits the emote button and sticks his hand out. Can we stop with this shit name calling, bro? Stop it. He out here promoting merch? True.
Support. And now that may seem like, well, is that a silly thing? But actually, it's a very important thing because the president will.
I don't think the world realizes this, so I'm just gonna say it for the retards in the world. Trump's first term in 2016, the government was for the first time ever ran by a businessman instead of a politician. In 2024, the government is run by 2 businessmen! Oh, yes! It's insane! Down with the establishment! Oh my god, double the chaos! More Doge!
Make these executive orders, which are very sensible and good for the country.
Yeah, dude, the fact that half the shit that he said with his executive orders are basic bitch shit that literally everyone on the fucking planet actually secretly agrees with, but no one actually wants to say it out loud. The funny thing is, the trans women in women's sports or whatever. Guys, that is the most obvious shit in the universe. Why would that be the hill you die on? Morons. Actual idiots. And I feel like that's just a basic bitch executive order that should have been made years ago, but no one actually had the balls to do it because everyone was so complacent with just saying that, no, I'm just gonna virtue signal a little bit more and keep pushing it further and further away from the baseline of common sense. These people are such losers that they've handicapped themselves so badly that it's a hill like that they're gonna die on, even though I think 95% of people agree on this. It doesn't matter because the 5% are loud and people want to virtue signal all the way. Bro, how many balls do you want on the court in women's sports? Let's be real here.
But then they don't get implemented, you know? So if you take, for example, all the funding for the migrant hotels, the president issued an executive order. Hey, we need to stop taking taxpayer money and paying for luxury hotels for illegal.
Again, this is the most basic bitch shit in the universe. Actually in the universe. Hello? Yes, taxpayer money that's supposed to be going to American citizens is actually going to illegal immigrants, sometimes wanted for violent crimes, being housed in luxury hotels. What the fuck? This is retarded. Any normal human being would think that's insane. But, you know.
Immigrants, which makes no sense. So obviously, people do not want their tax dollars going to fund high-end hotels for illegals.
I went to the hotel. I was like, wow, it was such a nice hotel. It was so luxurious. My hotels are nicer, though. I prefer my Trump hotels. Trump hotels, much nicer. Bigger, better pools, nice archways. These hotels, a little shoddy on the luxury side, but still luxurious. Paid for by American taxpayer money. Money that could have gone to my hotels in Gaza. Oh, God.
And yet they were still doing that, even as late as last week. And so, you know, we went in there and we're like, this is a violation of the presidential executive order. It needs to stop. So what we're doing here is one of the biggest functions of the D.O.G.E team is just making sure that the presidential executive orders are actually carried out.
You know the craziest thing I think about the executive orders for the Democrats and the real reason why they're actually shaking? Because I think that the shadow government forever didn't want the president to actually have power. They wanted a figurehead in the office where the government just kind of grinds its gears and the machine just keeps moving in the background. They hate that democracy is working. Without even holding myself back, they hate that democracy is actually happening. And if that doesn't tell you what kind of a shit stain that entire situation is, then I don't know what does.
And this is, I just want to point out, this is a very important thing because the president is the elected representative of the people. So he's representing the will of the people.
True.
And if the bureaucracy is fighting the will of the people and preventing the president from implementing what the people want, then what we live in is a bureaucracy and not a democracy.
Like, the phrasing is really good. The government really isn't a democracy when there's a shadow government controlling things behind the scenes, manipulating things in ways that the people don't even know about. He's right. Someone in my chat just said, I still can't trust a man that sent a car into space for a waste of money or a man that bumped elbows with Epstein. I'll be real, a lot of people bumped elbows with Epstein. I'm not saying that Trump never did anything wrong in his life. I think most politicians were probably corrupt. Like, realistically. I'm not saying that any of that. And him sending a car to space, it's his own fucking money. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with his own money. That's why I'm primarily capitalist. I do agree with a lot of social things, like, you know, healthcare and stuff like that. But, you know, to some degree, obviously not extreme socialized healthcare like in Canada. Some middle of the road, I think, is definitely a good thing. Trump also kicked Epstein out of his country club, apparently. I don't know. I think that ultimately, I thought it was taxpayer money. It wasn't. It was his own money. I'm pretty sure. It was his own company. It was his own money. He sent a car up to space. Insane advertising for both his space people and also for Tesla. It was like a great advertisement ploy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, if you're upset at him for using his own money in a way that literally advertised his own companies. Like, it's actually insanity. Actual insanity. People find the most esoteric reasons to be upset and not actually recognize the fact that D.O.G.E, because that's what we're kind of talking about here, this unity here of Trump and Elon, D.O.G.E is fucking awesome so far. It literally is. It is giving a level of transparency that we've never had before. We are seeing all the fucking hundreds of millions of dollars literally fucking going to Uganda gay tap dancing. Why? Why? Male circumcisions in Mozambique? Why the fuck are we funding that shit?
You're both aware, you have to be keenly aware, that the media and the punditry class...
The only hypocrisy from Elon is that he loves space but hates illegal aliens. Damn, that's crazy.
Not that, you know, I think you've proven they have no power anymore. Because they threw everything they had at you. And
yeah, he completely... That little smirk! Look at the smirk! He delegitimized the entire media by fucking winning. God damn, that's crazy.
Didn't win. And that was, you know, the New York Times, Washington Post, 3 networks, every late night comedy show, 2 cable channels. They threw everything, lawfare, weaponization.
Sure.
And now I see they want you two to start, they want a divorce. They want you two to start hating.
Friends with benefits must end. That's the new strategy. That's why they keep asking Trump about D.O.G.E. Keep asking Trump about, you know, conflicts of interest. They keep doing all of that shit because they want so badly to end this broship from happening. And it just goes to show what they're actually scared of. Crazy, huh? Everything that Elon Musk is doing with the government as like a billionaire that's working with the government, that's always happened with different billionaires. Literally. But I don't remember the fucking media trying to drive a wedge between Biden and George Soros or whatever. That never happened. You know why? Because the media was owned by Biden and George Soros. I can't even speak.
And they try, President Elon Musk, for example. You do know that they're doing that to you.
Oh, I see it all the time. They tried it, then they stopped. That wasn't. They have many different things. Hatred. Actually, Elon called me. He said, they're trying to drive us apart. I said, absolutely. No, they said, we have breaking news. Donald Trump.
Yep, true. Yep, fair, valid.
Trump has ceded control of the presidency to Elon Musk.
Yo, they keep doing that. They literally do it to try to push his buttons. They say Trump gave Elon Musk the presidency. Elon Musk is an unelected president. They're doing it to piss Trump off and drive a wedge between them. But they don't realize that Trump knows their games. This is like someone on Twitter trying to cancel me. Bro, I get canceled every second week. Do you watch my fucking videos? I think anyone that watches my videos is not surprised when they hear that I get shit on Twitter. I literally push every button I can find. If I see a button, I'll push it. Never invite me to the Oval Office, because I push buttons a lot.
President Musk will be...
Your game is obvious, and your penis is small.
...attending a cabinet meeting tonight at 8 o'clock. And I say, it's just so obvious. They're so bad at it. I used to think they were good at it. They're actually bad at it, because if they were good at it, I'd never be president.
Oh, he is living proof of everything that the media fucking hates. He is actual living proof that the mainstream media is completely powerless. They are trying to control your minds, but they have no real power. This is like an insane wake-up moment. Yeah, I'm woke. I woke up and realized that the media is a bitch. Oh my God. Need more streamers like you. It's amazing. I'll be real. I get hate. A lot of people are actually scared to get hate online, and therefore they don't say this shit. Yes, it is a real thing. People are scared to even associate with people that get hate. Because, I mean, let's be real here. It's not fun sometimes to get hate. But honestly, I'm not willing to sell my soul for placating some retards on Twitter. Miss me with that shit.
Because I think nobody in history has ever gotten more bad publicity than me.
I think he's right.
I could do the greatest things. I get 98% bad publicity. I could do, outside of you and a few of your very good friends, it's like the craziest thing. But you know what I have learned, Elon? The people are smart. They get it.
Yeah, they do, actually.
They get it. They really see what's happening.
I think he's right. Because ultimately, the people woke up to this. You know, after 10 years of calling Trump Hitler, the people finally fucking realized that, yo, this man might not be Hitler. I'm just trying to remember in the first term where he killed 6 million Jews, and I just didn't see it happen. That's crazy.
Yes.
And at the end of this interview...
90% bad publicity, 70% approval. Just putting that into perspective is insane. Imagine 90% bad press, 70% approval. Oh my God. I feel like that's me sometimes when I see people talking about me and shit. Like, I appreciate my audience so much. You guys are fucking awesome. Like, I appreciate every freaking one of you. Like, I look at my comment section on my YouTube videos, it's all positive. You go on Twitter, it's all negative. Like, dude, it's crazy. Oh, dude, and the media, they're such fucking phonies. Like, literally, they have no power.
What I would like is I want people to know the relationship and know more about you. What is the relationship, Mr. President? Well,
I respect him. I've always respected him. I never knew that he was right on certain things, and I'm usually pretty good at this stuff. He did Starlink. He did things that were so advanced and nobody knew what the hell they were. I can tell you in North Carolina, they had no communication. They were wiped out. Those people were, they had rivers in between. Land that never saw water, all of a sudden it was a river. And
so that was the hurricane in California where, by the way, I know this kind of jumped under the radar for a lot of people. Did you know that it was turned out that the FEMA workers, the people that worked that were supposed to be for crisis people, hurricane, I think, in California. Did you know that they skipped houses with Trump signs when they came to help? Did you know that? Did you know that when the workers came to help people in a hurricane situation, they skipped houses that had Trump signs? You think it's South Carolina? I don't know, bro. What are one of the Carolinas? North Carolina, South Carolina, who cares? They're both Carolinas, whatever.
Vicious, like rapids. People were dying all over. They had no communication. They said, do you know Elon Musk? They didn't really know I knew him. I said, yeah.
Yeah, someone in the chat told me that, and I didn't want to believe it. And I actually looked into it, and they were right. Like, I was shocked. Like, actually appalled. So anyway, instead of FEMA helping Trump voters, you know what FEMA did? They spent $59 million on luxury hotels for illegal immigrants in New York. Isn't that incredible, guys? Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? That's what they call corruption for people in the audience that don't want to believe that shit.
Yeah? He said, could you get Starlink? It's like the first time I ever heard of it. I said, what's Starlink? A communication system that's unbelievable.
I have it.
Yeah, and he said...
And I love how people see that shit, and then they'll say, Nux, I can't believe you fell down the alt-right rabbit hole. Guys, this isn't being alt-right. This is being not retarded. That is my political alignment. Not retarded. Incredibly hot take. Nux, are you alt-right? Nope, I'm currently in the not retarded camp of politics.
I called him and I said, listen, they really need it. And he got like thousands of units of this communication, and it saved a lot of lives. He got it immediately, and you can't get it. I mean, you have to wait a long time to get it. But he got it to him immediately, and I said, that's pretty amazing, and I didn't even know he had it. We watched the rocket ships, and we watched Tesla. I think, you know, something that had an effect on me was when I saw the rocket ship come back and get grabbed like you grab a beautiful little baby. You grab your baby. It just
hug the rocket.
Look at him. He's so proud. They're homies. They're actually just talking to each other like homies, complimenting each other. Is this not just wholesome? Like, this is so wholesome. This is everything that the media tried to destroy. Oh my God.
I've never seen...
Right, everyone hugging, including rockets.
No, but, and he said, you know, you can't...
He grabbed that rocket like I grabbed it by the pussy.
We have a rocket program. If you're going to dump $1 billion into the ocean every time you fly, you have to save it.
Right.
And he saved it. First time that I've ever seen that done. Now, nobody else can do it. If you look at the U.S., Russia, or China, they can't do it, and they won't be able to do it for a long time. He has the technology. So you learn... I wanted somebody really smart to work with me in terms of the country, a very important aspect. Because, I mean, he doesn't talk about it. He's actually a very good businessman.
What do you mean he doesn't talk about it? He's with $400 billion. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? He doesn't talk about it. He's actually pretty good at business. Yeah, you don't say.
And when he talks about the executive orders, and this is probably true for all presidents, you write an executive order and you think it's done. You send it out. It doesn't get done. It doesn't get implemented. They don't implement it. Maybe they're from the last administration, and they are in some cases. You try and get them out as fast as you can. But I could, as soon as he said that, I said, you know, that's interesting. You write a beautiful executive, and you sign it, and you assume it's going to be...
What a beautiful signature. It's a big signature, great signature. I walked in, I was like, wow, what a nice signature.
But it's not. What he does is he takes it, and with his 100 geniuses, he's got some very brilliant young people working for him that dress much worse than him, actually.
Yeah,
they dress in just T-shirts. You wouldn't know.
At least he wears a suit over his T-shirt.
They have 180 IQ.
Wait a minute. So what? He's your tech support.
No, he is.
I actually
He's
am
much
tech
more
support.
than that.
I actually am tech support, though. But that's...
He gets it done. He's a leader.
Yeah.
He really is. He gets it done. You get a lot of tech people, and you have people that are good with tech, but he gets it done. You know, I said in real estate, you had guys that would draw beautiful renderings of a building, and they'd draw the rendering. It would be great, and you say, great, when are you starting? But they were never able to get it built. They couldn't get the financings. They couldn't get the approvals. It would never get done. And then you have other guys that are able to get it done. You know, they could just get it done. I was in real estate. Same thing in this. He gets it done. So when he said that, he said, you know, when you sign these executive orders, a lot of them don't get done, and maybe the most important ones. And he would take that executive order that I'd sign, and he would have those people go to whatever agency it was. When are you doing it? Get it done. Get it done. And some guy that maybe didn't want to do it, all of a sudden, he's signing. He just doesn't want to be bothered.
Do a lot of those executive orders have to be codified into law? Do you need the Republican Congress
and
to
they
follow
will be.
up?
A lot of them will be,
They will.
But look, in the meantime, we have 4 years. The beauty is we have 4 years. That's why I like doing it right at the beginning. Because an executive...
Dude sat down, signed 4,000 executive orders. Oh, you got to bug Congress until eventually it happens?
Executive order is great. I mean, the one problem, it's both good and bad, because when they did all these executive orders, I've canceled most of them. They were terrible. I mean, we're going to go radical left communists, okay? It was crazy. Their executive orders were so bad. If they ever got them codified, you'd never be able to break them.
Yeah.
So the damage that Biden has done to this
He did 4,000? No, I don't think he did 4,000, but he did a lot. He did hundreds of executive orders.
and it's not even Biden, it's the people that circled him in the Oval Office, okay? But the damage they did to this country, in terms of, let's say, open borders, you know, there's so many things, but open borders where millions of people poured into our country, and hundreds of thousands of those people are criminals. They're murderers. They're drug dealers. They're gang members. They're from prisons from all over the world.
What's going on? Well, how did this happen?
We had a great guy, Tom Homan, and he is doing so incredibly. You saw the numbers. They're now like 96%.
95%.
He is a phenomenal guy.
That's insane. 95% success rate compared to Biden's fucking literally open door policy. Dude, I don't understand, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know where the fucking people that were running the country were for the last 4 years. Again, my conspiracy theory hat is always on, so whenever I see shit like that, and I know Trump doesn't want to say it, because Trump doesn't want to feed the conspiracy theorists. I think he wants people to come to these conclusions, though. Let's just put a couple of weird Bidenisms together and see the conclusions we come up with, okay? It helps us in my opinion, it's a healthy way to develop the motivations of the people doing this shit. Okay, so one thing Biden did was allow a lot of illegal immigrants to enter the country. Another thing that Biden did was not require voter ID for voting. Like, let's put those two together and try to figure out what the fuck is happening in America. All right, listen, I'm not trying to break the mold with like massive strategies or anything, but let's just take those two things that Biden did, both of which are completely antithetical to common sense, two retarded moves, but why? Why do you think he's doing retarded move number 1, allowing illegal immigrants into the country, retarded move number 2, allowing people without fucking ID to vote? I wonder what the correlation between these things could be. I'm not trying to draw any conclusions here, but I am trying to say that it looks like he's trying to fucking, take over the goddamn fucking country with like almost antithetical to democracy. It's kind of weird, huh? Listen, I'm not saying that was the conclusions, but it almost kind of sounds like that's whatever the shadow government wanted to do to remain in power literally for eternity.
And Kristi Noem is doing an unbelievable job. And he wanted her. He said, she's so tough. And I said, I don't think of her as that way. She's very nice. He said, no, she's so tough. And she is. I see with the horses, she's riding the horse. Let's go. She's great. But the team we have is really unbelievable. But those executive orders, I sign them, and now they get passed on.
I just someone to say in chat that wouldn't work because the electoral system. What are you talking about? Like, literally, what are you talking about? All these people are voting blue because blue is what gives them the right to vote and opens the door for them to enter the country. What are you talking about? Electoral system. They also want cheap labor. Yeah, I guess. It's crazy. It's insane. It's literally directly antithetical to American values and to just basic American middle-class people trying to work.
To him and his group and other people, and they're all getting done. We're getting them done.
Let me go back a little bit to your background, because it's beyond impressive. You were the chief engineer, for example. You were an early believer in Tesla. You became the CEO, and then the chief engineer, which was phenomenal. SpaceX, same thing, which is unbelievable. I mean, you were the first private company to send astronauts successfully into space. First private company.
This is literally just straight glazing. Oh my God.
Company to send astronauts into orbit.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep.
He's going to go into orbit soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he's going to go to Mars. He's
Starlink.
At some point. Huh? Yeah.
Is it over?
They always ask me, like, do you want to die on Mars? And I say, well, yes, but not on impact.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Dude, they're just laughing together. They're making jokes. And every freaking news site in the universe comes together to talk about how they're two evil creatures that are just lining each other's pockets. They secretly hate each other.
Starlink is in 100 countries. This is going to be hard. I feel like I'm interviewing two brothers here.
You go ahead.
Star Shield, which could be used for national defense.
Yeah, it is already being used for national defense.
Then you have what is it called? Optimus, a part of Tesla.
The robot, yeah.
Robotic arm. Then you have an AI arm. And then you have something that really fascinated me, and it's called Neuralink.
Yes.
I really don't like Neuralink. Oh, I really don't like it, dude.
You might help the blind to see, and people with spinal cord injuries
Yeah, blind to see, that's pretty fucking awesome.
They can recover where in the past. How close is that to becoming a success?
Neuralink, we've implanted Neuralink in 3 patients so far who are quadriplegics, and it allows them to directly control their phone and computer just using their mind, just by thinking.
So again, this is fucking awesome, okay? Like, I'm just trying to put this into perspective. If you're gonna make blind people see by, inputting fucking the images into their brain instead of them needing to use their eyes, or helping quadriplegics be able to actually use computers and technology, this is amazing. The fear is how far it goes when you have government chips in your brain. That's the fear, bro. The fear is how far it goes. You want ads to pop up in your brain? You want people to start driving and someone hacks your brain while you're driving? Like, dude, that's terrifying.
It's like, so we call this product telepathy. So you control your computer and phone just by thinking.
That's incredible. But something like that is like absolutely incredible. Bro did more for the fucking disabled society than 1 million people that screamed at him calling him an ableist.
And it's possible to actually control the computer and phone faster than someone who has working hands. Then the next step would be to add a second Neuralink implant past the point where the neuron's damaged, so that somebody can walk again, and so they can have full body functionality restored.
What? Bro! This sounds like it's coming out of a fucking cyberpunk. Cyber Trump 2077! Cryo Trump, Cyber Trump 2077, it's gonna be crazy. He can, because like if there's nerve damage, then the nerves coming from the brain can't actually contact the nerves, like at, let's say, your fingertips or whatever. That's how, when someone like is quadriplegic, they injure their spine or whatever, they can't move shit. But this could bypass it. They could contact the nerves at the edges of fingers and shit and help people actually move, even with a damaged spine, let's say. It bridges the gap from damaged nerves. I had no idea Neuralink was going to be used for that, but that would be unbelievable. That would be incredible. Incredible. Holy shit.
And
And you like Bobby, right?
I like Bobby, actually, yeah. I think I supported Bobby Kennedy. I think he's unfairly maligned as someone who is anti-science, but I think he isn't.
Big Pharma will 100% try to stop Neuralink. Literally 100%. I didn't do the Nazi salute. My Neuralink was hacked. Yo, true.
Just wants to question the science, which is the essence of the science. The scientific method fundamentally is about always questioning the science.
Well, they didn't tell us the truth about COVID.
Correct.
That's for sure.
Yes.
And we learned a lot with the Twitter files. And that just then raises a question. You're the richest man in the world. You may not like that part. You're pretty competitive.
It's neither here nor there.
I've known you a long time.
Matters.
But
That's why.
but he's on your team. Well, that's true.
That's crazy. That is insane. Holy shit. Wow, dude. That's unbelievable.
Can't top that.
He's good. You know, I wanted to find somebody smarter than him. I searched all over. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't.
Like the most backhanded compliment of all time. I really wanted someone smarter than Elon. I mean, he's smart, but I really wanted someone smarter. Fortunately, I couldn't find it. It was pretty sad.
You really tried hard.
I couldn't find anyone smarter, right? So we had it for the country.
But this is the thing.
We settled on this
Well,
guy.
thanks for having me.
So
Yeah, I got the tape measure. I was really trying to look for someone with a bigger cock. With a wider circumference and with a longer shaft. I couldn't find anyone. I measured thousands of cocks, but his cock was... Dude, the glazing is crazy.
I'm just trying to be useful
this
here.
is the interesting. This is where we are as a society, and I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to do it anyway. You're doing all of these things. You're D.O.G.E. Nobody at D.O.G.E. gets paid a penny, correct?
Well, actually, some people are federal employees.
Some
So
are,
they do-
okay.
Yeah,
They're helping.
But it's fair to say that the software engineers at D.O.G.E. could be earning millions of dollars a year, and instead of earning a small fraction of that as federal employees.
Damn.
Okay,
All
so
right.
just
And they're very
All right, that is valid. I mean, they are employees. There's no reason why they shouldn't be paid. I think that the Doge people should 100% be paid. Like the employees there. Like, why should they be paid any less than like an IRS agent? That makes no sense to me. People saying, oh, it's a conflict of interest. It's retarded. All right, then everyone that ever worked in the government is also a conflict of interest.
very committed people.
So
Yes.
you're committed to helping the blind see, people with spinal cord
It's
injuries.
some Mr. Beast shit, right? Mr. Beast thumbnails got nothing on this guy. Oh my god.
Recover.
Yes.
You're committed
Bro, Trump could bring Jesus Christ back from the dead and people will say, what took you so long?
to getting to Mars. You're committed to rescue. You're going to help rescue next month 2 astronauts that I think were abandoned. They dispute that in an interview.
When are you
At the
gonna get
president's request or instruction, we are accelerating the return of the astronauts, which was postponed kind of to a ridiculous degree.
They got left in space.
They've been there. They were supposed to be there 8 days. They're there almost 300.
Biden.
They were put,
Biden.
Yeah.
It just needs to say that one word. Like every time something bad happens in the country, Biden.
for political reasons, which is not good.
Okay, it's not good. Now, if I had the weight of the pressure of doing that successfully on my shoulders, I think I'd be, But when we spoke before we did this interview, you are very confident. You think this will be a successful mission.
Well, we don't want to be complacent, but we have brought astronauts back from the space station many times before, and always with success. So, as long as we're not complacent,
When are you going to launch?
I think it's about 4 weeks to bring them back.
About 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Damn, this is incredible. Like, it's crazy. If this happens, that would be insane. Again, and if it fails, people will literally go wild. Even though he's trying.
We're being
the go-ahead.
extremely cautious. Yeah.
You now have the go-ahead.
Yes. Well, thanks to you.
They didn't have the go-ahead with Biden.
That's crazy. Biden just let fucking astronauts in space and they never brought him back? Like, why?
what's
He
that?
was going to leave him in space. I think he was going to leave him in space.
Well, it's
He
like when we
considered
were
it
growing
like-
up, lost in space.
Yeah, he didn't want the publicity. Can you?
Wait, what? Biden didn't want to bring publicity to Elon Musk, so he just left fucking astronauts stranded in space? There's no way that's true. Biden forgot? maybe. There's no way. There's no fucking way that's true. That can't be true. It can't be real.
Believe it?
Unbelievable. And so I want to echo something that the president said and then ask an overarching question. So people get hit with Hurricane Helene. They have no communication with the outside world. You come to the rescue. You donated that, I believe?
Yes.
Okay. You donated to the people.
He saved a lot of lives. In North Carolina, he saved a lot of lives.
And California after the wildfires?
California, but I mean, in North Carolina, where they were really in trouble, they had no communication. People were dying. They were dying of starvation. He saved a lot of lives in North Carolina.
Damn.
Okay, now you're going to rescue astronauts. And now, and again, you do all of this. I would think liberals would love the fact that you have the biggest electric vehicle company in the world.
I love that. That's another one of my favorite hypocrisies. So as someone that loves hypocrisy, gets fed on hypocrisy, I eat good with hypocrisy. You got people screaming, "Ree, ree, the environment, ree, gas cars, ree, use electric vehicles, ree, ree." Then you got the biggest fucking manufacturer of electric cars on the planet, and they're like, no, he's Hitler. No, I will be driving my Ford Bronco today.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be adored by the left, you know.
Yeah, not anymore.
Less so these days.
He killed that, huh?
I mean, less so.
I really didn't.
I mean, this whole sort of like, you know, they call it like Trump derangement syndrome. And I don't, you know, you don't realize how
Dude,
real.
it's crazy how he plays into like the online memes, like TDS and shit like that. Oh my God, that's insanity.
This is until like you can't reason with people. So like I was at a friend's birthday party in LA, just a birthday dinner, and it was like a nice quiet dinner, and everyone was behaving normally. And then I happened to mention, this is before the election, like a month or two before, I happened to mention the president's name, and it was like they got shot with a dart in the jugular that contained like methamphetamine and rabies. Okay. And I'm like, what is wrong, guys? Like you can't have like a normal conversation. Yeah. And it's like it's like they become completely irrational.
He has no idea.
I don't think he's even wrong. I think it's so like installed into people, like a fucking Neuralink. God damn it, it is installed into people that Trump is so bad, therefore everything he does must be evil. It's like Hitler drank water, and therefore I will not drink water. You know, like actual cult mentality. Oh my God, it's wild.
Idea, but if you're friends with him, you pay a price. You know, it's like I walk into a restaurant in New York and it's like half the room gets daggers and they want to.
No, the IDAG level is insane. Yeah. I mean, there was like I had like some invitation because I got invited to like basically a big sort of damn event like. Oh
my God! He gets invited to fundraisers, you know, because he's worth $400 billion. So he gets invited to fundraisers, and they hate him now because he's the Hitler guy. He's the mustache man guy.
But I received the invitation like the beginning of last year, and I still attended even after I'd endorsed President Trump.
Oh, God.
And I didn't realize how profoundly that would affect, you know, how I was received.
That's crazy. It's so wild to think about this shit. It's like, can't we all just be people? Can't we come together and like have our basic bitch disagreements on random things, but also just be general human beings and nice to each other? It's mind-boggling. And they hated him for this, like with such an incredible vitriol. Holy shit. Like it's so evil. It's like we're raising funds for poor people, but we don't want your money because you support Trump. Like, oh my God.
I mean, I walk into the room and I'm getting just the dirty looks from everyone. Like, if looks could kill, I would have been dead several times over.
But that was not
He's like, just ashes on the floor.
Before Trump, that never happened, right?
No.
Crazy. It's not evil, it's superficial. I think it's evil. If you're gonna like fucking stab your so-called friend in the back and cripple your actual political movements and literally cuck your own fucking people that are supporting you, stabbing your friends in the back because they have an opinion that you don't like, I think it's evil. I don't think it's just superficial. I think it's actually evil. I think it's fucking gross. It's despicable. It shows you have no morals and no spine. That's crazy. It's insane. Doesn't matter if USAID is funding you. Now, Trump said something else about Doge, and this is wild. And it's insane to see people losing their mind over this shit.
There's even under consideration a new concept where we give 20% of the Doge savings to American citizens and 20% goes to paying down debt because the numbers are incredible, Elon. So many billions, hundreds of billions. And We're thinking about giving 20% back to the American citizens and 20% down to pay back debt and pay down debt.
Isn't this crazy? This is literally something that he's saying right here. Isn't this absolutely mind-boggling? Isn't this crazy? Don't threaten me with a good time, Mr. President. This is like they did the math. This is apparently going to be like $5,000 per household. Isn't that insane? And you ready for the crazy part? You ready for the crazy part? Democrats are upset about this. Like, you cannot make this shit up. How devoid and divorced from reality these people are. They so badly are trying to paint Trump as Orange Hitler that literally him saying, all this money that we're saving on Doge, we're giving 20% of this saved money to just American people. We're giving $5,000 to every household in America. And you still somehow find a way to paint Trump as the bad guy. I think that your average American would prefer $5,000. I think they would prefer that to funding circumcisions in Mozambique and condoms in Gaza, right? Isn't that crazy? No? Isn't that crazy? And then you get, dude, you look at the comments. These people are fucking insane. They're actually crazy. Hold up. This is 100% our money, not 20% of it. Bro, it's already in the government's hands and it was supposed to go for condoms in Gaza. Why are you complaining? Oh my God, the math doesn't work out much. It's a concept. It's an idea. This would be an unbelievable thing. An unbelievable thing. Giving 20% of all the billions of dollars saved on this bullshit, giving it to Americans? What the fuck are you complaining about? Oh my God. And then you get these fucking protests that are so furious. And I personally think that they can't explain why they're furious. Someone tagged me on Twitter. The off with their heads protests. Like, actually wanting public executions for these people. Like, the Trump derangement syndrome is insane. And the chaos is crazy. And I have infinite content. Subscribe for more content. Definitely subscribe for more content. I will be here to make content on all the insanity that goes on in the world. I love insanity. I love hypocrisy. I love downfalls. I'm here for all of it. Definitely subscribe. The insanity is crazy. And I'll see you in the next one, baby. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.